Hey, Tom Beal here, and welcome to another Friday. You made it. One more week in the books, right? But the week's not over yet. It's just Friday when I'm recording this. So here we are, made it through these days. Let me ask you this question. How do you feel on a scale of 0 to 5 with this week? Like, rating it on a scale of 0 to 5, where do you feel this week has been so far? That's up to you to choose that. Now, where do you want to finish it by the end of today? At the end of today, what rank between 0 and 5 do you want to have? Well, my hope is that this question I'm going to share with you right here today, briefly, can be a trajectory modifying question that takes you from where you are right now to a whole different level in the weeks and months and years to come. And actually, this is a lesson that I learned way back in 2001 when I had recently moved down to North Carolina to be the publisher of the North Carolina Homebook. I had 4 months to get this book together. I moved there in July, and halfway through that, September of '01 is when the events of September 11th happened. In doing so, I was putting in a lot of time, like literally a workaholic, to say the least, right? So here I was, someone who grew up hearing the things like no pain, no gain, you got to pay your dues, nothing comes, for free, right? You got to put that time, effort, energy in, which, there's legitimacy to all that. However, when slipped into that workaholic mode, this shattered my frame of mind. It shattered my paradigms and the way of thinking about how to work, right? To work smarter, not harder. Right, those types of things. So basically, I was sitting down bragging to my friend who actually, back in the days, used to work with Jim Rohn, the same time that Tony Robbins worked with Jim Rohn. So he was there, a mover and shaker, a massive amount of value. Hearing my new story of being the publisher of the North Carolina Homebook, and he asked me, he's like, Tom, give me an idea of your normal day, your normal week. And at the time, I was just reflecting, like, what was my normal day, my normal week? I was going into the office around 7 a.m., and generally would leave between 9 and 10 p.m. So 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. And in between that whole day, I'd be out and about meeting with the architects, the designers, the builders, etc., sharing with them the new medium that they could advertise in. So literally, my day was first one there, 7 in the morning, last one out, 9, 10 at night. And he, after I was bragging about that, he actually looked back to me, and here's where this powerful question comes into play. And I was bragging, as I said, about how hard I was working. He said, Tom, that actually saddens me. He said, man, 7 a.m. to 9, 10 p.m., that's a long day. He said, don't you have a new baby? And I had my son that was recently born. He was born on February of 2002. And I said, yeah, I do. He's like, how much time are you getting to spend with your son? And man, boom, right in the heart. Never thought like that. I was thinking work. I was in the workaholic mode. And when he said that began to shatter my paradigm. Then he went a step further. He's like, man, that really, I can tell you were sharing that with me, wanting a pat on the back and congratulating you for working so hard. But here's a question I would have you consider finding the answers to. And here's the question that I would pose to you to consider asking yourself and finding the answer to. He said this: how can you get the same results in half the amount of time? And he's like, you're working so hard, that really wouldn't impress me. Like, do it again. How can you get the same results in half the amount of that time? So this powerful question is something I would have you consider. Like, great job on reaching levels of success that you have. I attract people that already are achieving some great results. However, ask yourself this powerful question: how can you achieve those same results in half the amount of time? What would have to occur? What systems would have to be in place? What processes could be created? What outsourcing and delegation could occur? What teaming up could occur to where it's taking half your time that you had been dedicated towards achieving those goals away, and now those systems, automation, and processes and team are now getting the same results in half your time? And then do it again. The more that you think about those types of questions, the more you will find the answers. Aha! How can I get the same results in half the amount of time? You'll get there more efficiently, more effectively, freeing your most precious asset of time up that you can then delegate to other areas of importance in your life, to include your health, to include your key relationships, and to include other projects within your business. So ponder this question here on this amazing Friday that might shatter your workaholic paradigm. And the question is, how can I get the same results in half the amount of time? And watch how when you put that question to your mind and you actually put pen to paper and think about what would have to occur, what are some scenarios that could get me the same result in half the amount of time, your mind finds those answers and it frees you up from your most precious asset of time to go into the other areas that are important to you. So I hope that's as shattering of that false belief that I had for back in the day as it is for you today. And I hope that you put that thought, you put that pen to paper to find the answers that can get you the answer to that question and achieve the same results in half the amount of time. And I'm doing these types of insights, many publicly, but also many only to the app members. And if you aren't a member of the app yet, go get yourself registered at The Simplifier, thesimplifier.com, thesimplifier.app. Go to the same place where you can register to gain access to the app. And the app is not a normal app. The app is something that's going to give insights similar to this that can help you ask yourself the right questions, that can share strategies with you to stop overcomplicating the things in your life and to simplify them to get the same results in half the amount of time and more. So go to thesimplifier.app. If you aren't already registered, get registered, and I will see you inside there with more updates. And most importantly, ask yourself that question. Put a pen to paper to find the answers specific for you. What could you do to get the same results in half the amount of time? And think about that. That's not just for business. You can do that for your health. You can do that for other areas of your life as well. But in business is a great place to start because that will free up your time and you'll be able to invest that most precious asset of time wherever you feel necessary. So hope that's helpful. I will see you at the Simplifier app. Go to thesimplifier.app, register. I have a video that I'm creating for the members only right after I finish this one. Make today great. Go to thesimplifier.app. I will see you there soon. Bye for now.